Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Earthworm Jim 2 on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, depending on what you want to see. Well, not much has been coming out on the VC recently. There's been a few titles I've either needed to get back because I don't have working versions of them anymore, this one, or ones that I've just been contemplating getting for a while now. The only downside I've had with getting these games is when you transfer the Wii files to the Wii U, you don't get your Club Nintendo stars for buying VC games anymore. So a bit annoying because I've bought 5 games that would have been 250 stars or 2 packs of Kid Icarus cards. So just a little bit of a warning there for anyone who's about to transfer your Wii over to your Wii U, just to buy any games that you're contemplating getting then. Anyway, at the start you can literally press start or go into the options. The options, you can choose your difficulty, you can choose the control setup, or you can enter a password. Gameplay wise, this is nothing really like Earthworm Jim 1 because the platform levels are very much the same, but then there's a load of other totally different levels, and like Puppy Love and that, and there's just different styles of gameplay. And it's one of those, for years people have pretty much slated this game, and I think quite unfairly, because don't get me wrong, it's nothing compared to Earthworm Jim 1, it's by far the better game, but this is still a great game. It's something that I've loved for years and will continue to love. The Mega Drive version especially tends to get slated because you can't change weapons, so once you pick up a weapon type you have to use it before going on to the next one. And I don't know why people particularly slate it for that, because at the end of the day that just means that the game's harder, because it means you can't actually save power weapons up for bosses because you have to use the weapon, or just avoid the enemies to save it up for the bosses. You can't just swap to weapons at certain times, you've just got to use it up. And part of the problem with that that people complain about is the bubble gun, because the bubble gun is awful. It's designed to hinder you, so once you get it you have to expend all of its ammo as quick as you can, which sometimes you might be in a very bad position, which speaking of the devil, there's the bubble gun there. So it's just one of those things though, as I say, it makes the game harder, and as I like hard games then I'm quite happy with that. It's why I'd probably say this is my favourite version of the game, if I'm honest. A couple of things that you might have noticed have changed. I've now got like snot coming out of my head. You can do it like a grappling hook type thing and latch on a snot on the ceilings, or you can hold down a different button and have a bit of a snot parachute. You've still got your ability to whip your own head, you've still got the multitude of different weapons and guns and that, and there's loads of different gameplay sections. I mean, this here is kind of like a bit of a puzzle on the game where you've got to like speed up and slow down on the Stairmaster to avoid being hit by falling grannies. Did I mention the game is balls to the walls crazy and incredibly nuts? It's part of what makes Earthworm Jim amazing. Another part of it is that graphically I think it looks really great, and musically I think it sounds great. So I'm going to shut up for a bit for some music and hopefully show off a couple different level styles while I'm doing it. So that was a little bit of the music. There's not much really else I can say about the game. I mean, I suppose lengthwise it's a bit of a hard one to judge, because I honestly for years thought this officially had 5 levels or something. I don't know what got that into my head, but when I've researched it, it's actually got 9 levels. So there's obviously sections of the game that I didn't class as levels that other people do. All in all, it's not exactly a huge game. It's something that you can probably beat in under an hour or so if you put your mind to it. However, it's one of those games that hopefully you'll replay over and over again, and for 800 points I think it's an absolute bargain compared to what it used to cost. It's just well worth title really for you to give a go. If you've never played it before, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, especially if you've avoided playing it because you've heard how awful it is compared to the first one. I think you'll definitely be surprised because it really doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. To be fair, there is one other thing I should mention. It's the flags that you probably saw us collecting one or two of. Basically, that's the password system. You have to find the flags in order to get the password for the level on the password screen. However, it's not much of a hardship to play the game without getting them, because you can actually just use cheats to skip to any level. The cheats from the original do still work, and it's pretty easy to just set it up while you're talking, doing a review, to be able to do a cheat like that. So there you go. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.